Hello and welcome to another update video about IMX. In the last video, I think we were still sort of hovering around this support area, well, we've now moved out of this support area to the upside, which was here basically the fourth wave of a potentially developing diagonal pattern on the IMX chart. I mean, I currently see this here as a potential ABC structure, and after that next high, we might be forming a more substantial top. I'm not going to look out any further than that because it is technically possible that this here was just, A, B, C, and then either new bear market lows, which I'm not going to necessarily watch for in a bullish market. But what could happen is A, B, C in a larger A wave, then a larger B wave pullback, basically like a 1-2 setup, but an AB is less reliable, and then another larger C wave to the upside later. But either way, it seems as if a more substantial top could form after the next high. Okay, now we're not there yet, and I think the trend is still up, especially against the support box and against the last low especially. But just want to make sure that everybody understands the next high could form or could lead to a more substantial top. Because we have from this swing low that formed in September, a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down. This here must be an AB or something. C wave up in wave 3, then a 4, and the wave 5 should also be an ABC structure. But I haven't got enough, let's say, data price action to add the micro count, okay? So, but it certainly doesn't look impulsive. Yeah, I mean, there will be other ways of looking at it, and I will always give you a bullish support level, but please be aware that as far as I can look out at the moment, there might be a substantial top after the next high. I'm talking about as soon as wave 5 is complete. We'll try to give you always my micro support levels along the way, but yeah, I think it's visible that the next high could complete 5 waves up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all okay. Oftentimes a wave 4 takes roughly the same length duration as a wave 2. I think that's fairly similar. So wave 4 could technically be over. It's too early to confirm it because we haven't even broken above a previous resistance level. But we saw on the chart already, and this is the 4-hour chart. And if we take a look at the RSI, we could notice here basically an oversold reading on the 4-hour. That often indicates that a bounce is due. That bounce happened. Let's take a look at the daily chart here. So let's go a little bit into detail. However, so yeah, here we had still a lot of space and still have a lot of space if it needs to come down lower. So not oversold on the daily time frame. There's no need to get oversold on the daily. We're also coming back into the bullish range above 50 on the RSI. So if it can stay embedded there, then something will happen like here in October where we see a little bit more upside, Staying embedded in the bullish range above 50 would be crucial. So it didn't spend a lot of time in the bearish range below 50. So I'm observing if it can hold 50 for now, that would be helpful to maintain upside momentum. And yeah, I mean, it's absolutely possible that this wave 4 is now over. As I said, typically a wave 4 takes sort of roughly the same duration as a wave 2. We've seen that. The price dipped into the support area, all good, but now we need to see it break above resistance. The next resistance level is here at around $2.33, $2.35, and the actual breakout point is at $2.61. The first target for wave 5 is at $3.28. That's the very first target, possibly also $4.88. So this is sort of a target range that I'm watching, okay? We can specify that maybe a little further by zooming out a little bit, by taking into account the initial move up, which I call an A wave. So we measure that, go to the low of the B wave there. And then we're looking, okay, can we get some additional levels? Well, the only other levels I get are $2.95 and $5.16. They are even a little bit wider, further apart than the narrow target area I have defined. So it might be worth watching for a reaction at $2.95 potentially. But yeah, I think 328 is the first main target. But yeah, it needs to prove it now, needs to break out at this stage. It could easily fall back into the support area in, let's say, a more complex WXY structure. Always possible. How would that look like? Well, obviously wave 4 would still be in the making. I would then be looking at possibly $1.39 as support. This was then an A, this was a B, and we have a WXY around it. So that is, however, just the labeling aspect of it. WX and then A, B, C in Y. But again, this cannot be, let's say, predicted. First of all, let's see if the market can break out above the next resistance at 234. And then, as I said, a break above that $2.61 level would be confirmation that wave 5 is unfolding. For now, I'm marking it as complete, but I can only highlight to you it's too early to really confirm it. That's my update about IMX. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.